ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to start this video off with a little bit of good news because the energy has been incredible and intense all throughout 2020. I don't get too excited, but just like 12 hours after the GFS, the Euro, and the CMC Music Factory locked in on a Gulf of Mexico tropical storm, it vanished off all the models, which is pretty much what happened last year during hurricane season every single time, which means our atmospheric defense team / Astro Fight Club / Prayer Warriors / Space Force may be on top of their game like they were last year. And that is what we want, because what we don't need in 2020 is for the United States of America and other countries to start getting hit by a bunch of hurricanes in a hurricane season that everyone is predicting is going to be very, 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 very active. So yeah, as the Florida Wave Master shows, the 12Z GFS goes poof again with no Gulf system inside of 10 days. Wonder how many will post 384 GFS today. I'll post it. I ain't scared. Boom. The 384 GFS has a tropical storm. Hurricane coming to make landfall at the Texas-Mexico border. I think on the 14th. And this is actually good news because last year it kept pushing off all the hurricanes until hour 384. But either way, models tend to windshield wiper back and forth. We know we have a ton of moisture coming out of the Gulf, so everybody's going to be watching this Central American yayer like a hawk. And I'll be doing that too. We got a pretty wild and crazy storm coming into the Pacific Northwest. In a couple days, this thing is going to bring some decently heavy rain into California, possibly Oregon and stuff. Oh, and because it's 2020, who's excited about Oregon or Seattle tornadoes? Yeah, we actually got a chance of Pacific Northwest tornadoes and Northeast tornadoes. Basically, where you see red, there's a chance for some straight line winds, possible tornado spin-ups if it's near the coast, water spouts that are scary looking, and gorilla-sized hail. That is like literally the size of a giant gorilla. Well, no, but really big, man. Like damage, it can blow through the hole in your roof. It's happened twice already this year. And so some areas are going to get some heavy rain. Florida's been getting a whole lot of rain, and they'll be getting some more rain. And then that northeast storm, like I said, it spins up and then uppercuts the northeast. So we will be watching out. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Every month I do a THORnews fundraiser to keep THORnews up and running. And so if you'd like to contribute to the Hurricane June 2020 fundraiser, I got a snail mail, and I love getting letters in the mail. Thank you very much to Tawny. You are awesome. She sent me a letter today. Thank you. There is love in everything we do. There is love in everything we do. It's a pretty good mantra. And so, or I got a PayPal, a Venmo, a Cash App, a Patron. I've only got $1,456 to go. Okay. But I want to reiterate that no matter what, whether this heads west or goes north, this is probably going to bring a lot of life-threatening, damaging rain to Costa Rica, Guatemala, and the tip of Mexico. I mean, that is a ton of rain and moisture. And then we got, I guess, part of Bertha moving up the coast. And then here was our dark horse that we've been watching that models had showed hitting Maine. They named it Invest 92, I think. It has a 50% chance of developing over the next 48 to 72 or something hours. And then we got a dragon swan over in the CAG, or the Gulf of Mexico. And so we'll watch for that invest. If it does develop, it might be a threat to these areas, whatever those names might be. And it's neat how the models have it doing like a wee. I wonder if it'll go all the way around and spin back over. And maybe we just do a giant loop over and over. Probably not, though. The Gulf is definitely active, though. The waters are hot. Shear's conservative considerably low. Definitely something to pay attention to. Remember, with all the gas giants on the same side of the sun, and almost all the planets soon will be on the same side of the sun, we're going to have a major imbalance in our solar system, which I believe leads to an uptick in earthquakes and volcanoes, so we'll keep an eye out on that. Coming soon, June 2020, the adventure continues as scientists find 33 creatures living in a cave that was sealed off for 5 million years. What could go wrong? We had our first M1 class solar flare in 925 days, signs that the sun is waking up, which is really, 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 really good news. And like I said, the threat for severe weather will ramp up Saturday afternoon for portions of the Northwest. We're talking hail, flooding downpours, isolated tornadoes, damaging wind gusts. See, like Bend tornadoes, Spokane tornadoes? Possible. We got a severe thunderstorm watch for northern Vermont and northeastern New York. And remember, we got later, there'll be possibilities of tornadoes. Empire Weather Consulting is letting us know the afternoon run of the European is bringing the heat. We'll continue to update clients, and so follow Weather Consulting if you want more heat and cold updates. Yeah, it pulses, man. So we're getting into the summer-spring pulse, which is really quite fascinating. Yo, check out the Stu Ostrobrot formation of the Central American Gyre circulation. That, no matter where that storm goes, it's going to be giant. And I have said all along, I think the biggest threat from this storm, wherever it goes, is going to be heavy, heavy rain, heavy flooding. Could we get our third named storm in the Atlantic, Cristobal, before June 1st? Well, let me see. Let me look into my Cristobal. Yes, we will. Looks like the Tropical Depression 92A in the Western Arabian Sea is having a brown ocean effect. Oh, that's shitty. What it means is that the storm continues to strengthen even though it has already made landfall. Invest 91E, which is the one underneath South and Central America that we are watching, has a 70% chance of development in the next 5 days. Jim Tang, who is beloved by every astronaut ever, Upper Midwest Ring of Fire, MCS pattern.jpg. So this is that storm that's going to push up to the northeast. So that'll be interesting. So they think the CAG is going to move eventually. Where? We'll see. Oh, you hosers. We got a chance for some pretty severe weather up by Okanagan region. So stay aware for the BC storm. Philip Papin, who's always yapping cool weather stuff, is saying Invest 92L organizing slowly southeast off Bermuda. Despite battling 50 knots of shear, the vortex is becoming better defined and convection continues to fire along its north flank. Shear soon decreases, and if enough moisture remains, NTL will find a more favorable environment for subtropical cyclone genesis. Billy, don't you lose my number. Oh, that's Phil Collins. Yeah, Marshall Shepard. We're watching another system. We've already had 2 name storms. And we got Cristobal coming. And then you got another one down here that we're watching. We're all keeping an eye on the Gulf, like hawks and spiders. My obligatory advertisement that I'm totally single. And I think we should all stay cool, get better, and work together. Dabu bringing the textbook. His round the corner pattern. Area of spin, low pressure develops off the Panama, Costa Rica. Low pressure spin is common here during tropical season. A westward moving tropical wave comes into the Western Caribbean. The main wave axis of the wave interacts with the spin and sometimes begins to induce tropical cyclogenesis. The spin is then rounds the corner of the Nica-Honduran border into the Gulf of Honduras. From there, if something develops, Climo says up or up and to the right. Doesn't mean it can't move west or into the Bay of Campeche. So that's why we're watching hardcore. Boom. Are we headed towards grand solar maximum? I hope so. But the main factor with the CAG is definitely the rainfall. Heavy rainfall. And Matthew Capucci is like a cross between a gangster name and a cappuccino. We're watching the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms in D.C. area this afternoon with sporadic gusty winds, and hail possible. Oh, hail, man. Multiple rounds of storms may accompany two triggering mechanisms, the mid-level vortex and the cold front. Reinforcing cold front that will continue storms this evening. Early night, a pocket of high latitude spin that will trigger storms this afternoon. I added a word that should have been in there. Subtract it from your mind. Chris Crepon doesn't think he's ever quite seen this kind of echo in terms of whatever shape this might be. Huh. Okay. I do want to remind people, the models have shown two lows. Just putting it out there. Elon Musk's latest baby mama has offered to legally sell her soul for $10 million. Which, is that a good sign for the launch on the 30th? Or eventually? I don't know. You be the judge. Yeah, we're watching that thing, dude. I'm obsessed with Amanda, will be her name, I guess. Amanda, I'm obsessed with you. These are going to be hit or miss, but they could be hit. When the sun goes down, check out Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter. Because remember, dude, they're going to be December, Jupiter's head this way, and so December 21st, they're going to be on top of each other. Where will you be? And yeah, Rob Maeda is tracking the rain chances later tonight into Saturday AM, still trending at most active locally. So we will watch as that strange storm pushes into Northern California and then moves up into Oregon and other places. Taylor bringing us the Friday afternoon forecast update. And there are going to be a lot of arrows that are moving, and those represent wind. And places are going to get wet. Then there's going to be lightning. Will there be tornadoes? Who knows? Are we going to get in a mega block? You be the judge. Are we going to get in a mega block? You be the judge. The Euro is showing us a classic Ridge Rider setup next week that would likely favor the potential for storm clusters along the region. Illinois, the June 1st to the 4th time frame looks pretty interesting. So you got a lot to watch here. You got that thingy, you got this thingy, and then you got that thingy down there, and then that thingy up there. There's so many thingies that are happening in the weather and in the world in 2020. I'm glad you're here with me, Asteroid Fight Club. Did I mention I'm watching this thing over Listen to the Stars land, Costa Rica, Nicaragua, and Guatemala? Heavy rainfall possible tonight, NorCal and Norther. And Empire Weather Consulting, their team is closely monitoring the potential for thunderstorm complexes propagating through the Ohio Valley and perhaps mid-Atlantic next week. Lots of uncertainty at this range, but potential is there. More on this in the coming days. Advection of elevated mixed layer into Great Lakes and perhaps mid-Atlantic next week. All right. So everybody's got special little something, something. Big solar flare. And then a littler one after it. Yeah. Yellow, you be in the danger zone. Heavy rain triggers super disastrous mudslides in southwestern China. Crazy anti-crepuscular rays enabling sectional rainbows within the anti-crepuscular ray itself. What an incredible shot. Super badass, clear and crisp New York rainbow. Oman getting some super heavy flooding. Yo. Yeah. The weather has been sweltering in parts of India, and the heat will remain intense through the weekend, but forecasters say relief is in sight before May concludes, because they'll get heavy downpours, flash flooding, gusty winds, frequent lightning, and heat suppressed. This was last night. This thunderstorm near Austin, Texas, resembled a giant ice machine, sending a barrage of hailstones into a resident's pool. Yeah, that's pretty wild. The hail has been really crazy in 2020. This strange cloud formation in Wisconsin has meteorologists a bit baffled, says Strange Sounds. That is crazy looking, man. Aliens? Or a dragon? Or both? You be the judge. Yeah, that's a coronal mass ejection. In your face. So we're going to keep an eye on things. But seriously, check out that massive, serious cloud shield. Everybody's so serious these days. Zip zap pow. Hey, look, a wicked, crooked, spinnery Yahoza. Yesterday, Galveston Bay had a supercell tornado-producing storm that produced a water spout that was pretty dang impressive. I told you that it was really it was a really cool water spout. Oh, and if you're checking, there's only a 50% chance for a good launch tomorrow on the 30th. And yeah, things are weird, dude. Things are weird. Things are strange. So everybody, please stay cool. And if you do want to help keep up THORnews, like I said, I got a mailbox, a PayPal, a Venmo, a CashApp, a Patron. You guys have been incredible. So I do what I can to work as hard for you as possible. Always bringing you the news. Always working for you. There is love in everything we do. And so I only got $451 more to raise with 6 days left in this fundraiser for hurricane season June 2020. And I would really like to thank everyone in Asteroid Fight Club, especially Tawny, Jenny, Mitch, David, the Shermanator, Paula, Freddie, Bizidis, Jose, Super Jess, Super Jess, and Ceciri, and that one person from Mystery Super Chat the day that I didn't write it down. But now I'm writing stuff down. I'm getting my process all way better. And the sooner you contribute, the more times I get to say thank you, and thank you. But seriously, you guys have been amazing, awesome, incredible. I love you. And I don't know, any moment of happiness or joy you get in 2020, please enjoy it, because it has been a wild, wild year. But May is almost over. And so the months that I said were going to be the worst of the year were January. We got the plague, bro. May, it's been a crazy May. And then October's the next one we got to really watch out for. So please, everyone, do your best to have a fun, enjoyable, safe summer. And just appreciate all that is good. Stay cool. Peace out. God bless everyone.